I'm gonna start telling people about my alien abductions. I've been abducted before.
You have. I'm from Roswell, New Mexico.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
I've been abducted at least 7 times.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I think I was supposed to remember
Certain things.
to tell everyone, but I'm not like saying I'm the only one. I don't think I'm the only one.
Yeah.
In 2011, I got abducted.
Okay.
I don't know.
And I was awake, and I actually asked them to do it.
Really?
But
Amazing.
I'm gonna make a movie.
Yeah? What do you want to, what kind?
Well,
What
it's
genre?
gonna be a comedy.
Okay.
But it's gonna be about.
If this is true.
Well, I'm recording right now, but like, I'm gonna start. I even told my daughter this. I'm gonna start telling people about my alien abductions. I've been abducted before.
You have. I'm from Roswell, New Mexico.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
Blame me for his
Well,
So let me hear it. What's your story?
I've been abducted at least 7 times.
Okay. Do you remember?
That I remember.
Do you remember?
I don't remember.
each
Well,
of
I don't remember all of everything.
Okay. Yeah.
I
just
remember.
parts of it.
I remember the process
Okay.
of how it happened, or I woke up. Here's the thing. I think I was supposed to remember
Certain things.
to tell everyone, but I'm not like saying I'm the only one. I don't think I'm the only one.
Yeah.
But I have been put back
Fuck you.
every time.
Fuck you.
Right. So do you think that there's like different, like time zones, like different like?
I'm sorry.
Not time zones, but like century playing fields almost. Like, do you think that there's like different realms?
Yeah,
And so like they can put you back into this
Here's
time.
the thing. Here's the reason I think I've been abducted throughout my life is potentially either DNA manipulation, because a lot of times, like, people just don't believe I'm as old as I am.
Right? How old are you?
I'm 48.
Okay, see?
Okay, yeah.
Do I look?
No, I would have guessed 37.
So it's weird, right? Like, so I don't know why that is. If that's just how I am, or if they've done things.
So then it almost begs the question, like, is it like when you get abducted, like, does it affect your metabolic rate?
Well, I haven't been abducted in a long time, but
Okay.
it
But
was,
I mean, and, like, even in the process, like, does it slow down your aging process?
maybe. Well, like I said, if they have advanced technology, who knows what they can do?
Yeah.
Like,
Have you
so-
ever seen the I'm not like a big Joe Rogan podcaster, but there was this man who was he used to work for like what is it, like Area 51? And
Yeah, Bob Lazar. You're talking about Bob Lazar.
Yes, he
Yeah.
went on that podcast, and he
Never
was
fucking find it on my phone.
I have a lot of theories on
Because I didn't
what's
see them.
going on, and I have information. Like, it's very strange. Like, in 2011, I got
Then why would he lie to me?
abducted,
Okay.
I don't know.
and I was
Why would
awake,
he lie to me?
and I actually asked them to do it,
I'm fucking
Really?
right in the mood.
and I meant it,
Yeah.
and it was on May the 4th.
of 2011.
May the 4th. You know that saying, May the 4th
Yeah,
be
May
with
the
you?
4th be with you.
So I was joking. I saw it on like Facebook that year,
Yeah.
and I was like kind of laughing. I'm like, the 4th. I was like, I know you guys have abducted me before, and I was saying it out loud. I was like, abduct me and let me remember it.
Right.
And then I just started going up, probably 40 to 50 feet per second,
No way.
and
Were you scared in that
well,
moment? Were you kind of just like,
yeah, no,
I'm up?
the first moment, the first second, first like 2 seconds,
Telling him to tell me that you're there.
it was
that he was
disbelief
there.
that it was impossible.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
And then the next, I already had a plan from years before, because this has happened to me before.
Right, because you remember that feeling.
So, well, no, but
Did you remember part of the
So-
abduction before you went on this journey this time?
the one in 2003, the one in 96, the one in 1990.
Okay, so you remember, do you
remember-
remember the same parts or different parts of each abduction?
Well,
Almost.
that's why I want to start talking about all this, because there's no way I can. Well, that's the problem. I've been so busy with work. It's just like, you know, I don't have
Well, and that's
time.
a huge feat to
But
take on.
I have a lot of these things
Like, I
written
would-
down,
like, if
but
I
at the
was
same
like,
time, it's like, you know,
hair.
I gotta just start talking about it because if I can make all sorts of videos about what I think,
He's a fucking idiot.
and
I fucking know.
people watch shit, you know,
Yes,
like
I
people
I
talk
know
it.
that you told him.
So,
No, I did not.
but like that time. So here, let me finish telling
Yeah,
you.
yes,
So
sorry.
I was going up the first like second. I was like, this is impossible. And then I was like, wait, I'm being abducted. And then I was like, where am I? And I looked down and I could see the trees. I knew my mom. I was at my mom's house.
Right.
I knew the hill because I grew up at that house. I
Yeah.
knew the hill. I could see the trees as I was up. I was like up 100 feet. And then I was like, my shoes. I was like, fuck, I just bought these shoes. And then I was like, I gotta do it. So I took off one shoe and I threw it where the street was.
Right.
Because I was like, if they're gonna make me forget,
Right.
like Men in Black,
This
then
is gonna be something that
it'll
I
be
can
physical.
remember. Yes.
Right.
So I threw it, and then the second shoe I took off, and then I just kind of dropped it in front of me,
Yeah.
and then I took off my right sock, and I threw that, and then I was like gonna take off my left sock, and I was like, no. I was like, I never just have one sock on.
Right.
And if I wake up with one sock
That's
on,
a good thought.
and then
to have
also
in the
it'll
midst of
link,
that,
it'll
too.
link the memory.
Yes.
And this
like
is because
dropping,
yeah, and it's because I watched Memento. That was a 2001 movie.
Yeah.
And then I watched Men in Black, and I had all these. So people that would see this
Was Faculty already out at that time? Have you seen that movie, Faculty?
not in a long time. But yeah, that one was early 2000s.
Yeah, that was the early 2000s.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies. But at the same time, like I already had the idea that if that happened to me, the best thing to do was shoes.
Right.
Because then you have physical proof.
Tangible, yeah.
Because it's not, because the whole thing is, all those other memories,
It's like a
I still had a question of, am I either am I crazy?
Am I dreaming?
Or was it a dream?
Yeah.
But once
Did it
that
just
happened to me, I was like,
feel
no,
real?
no,
I
because,
him a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
yeah, no, well, when you feel the wind in the
That's
air
the
and you
reason.
remember
That's
that,
the reason
like,
why you're
it's,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like, where to go?
That
That's
feeling
not
is
a- that's not a
real.
dream.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
the first time it ever happened to me was in 1990. I became conscious when I was like 50 feet above my mom's yard, and it was at like 1 in the afternoon, and it lowered, yeah, and it lowered me, and I was just, it was bright out that day.
So it wasn't always at night.
Well, and then one time, see, my sister remembers this. One time I was up on the garage and I yelled because there was no ladder, and I had used the ladder to get on the garage because we just used to fuck around, right?
Yeah.
So I was on the top of the garage. I got abducted from on top of my mom's garage, and they put me back because I remember like coming down and like stabilizing
Right.
myself.
Yeah.
So the memory is like of me stabilizing myself.
Right.
When do you have a dream of you stabilizing yourself on like the top of a
midday
roof?
and not
Midday.
Yeah, of course not.
And then I'm like, Colleen, and I saw her. I was like, Colleen, come over here. I was like, can you get a ladder? And I was like, why'd you take the ladder away? She's like, well, you weren't up on the roof. And then later on,
so
I
then
asked
it's like
her
you
about.
lost time almost.
Well, it took me, and then she saw the ladder there, and then she decided to put the ladder away because no one was up on the roof, right? And then when they put me back exactly where they took me, there was no ladder there. And so when I woke up, when they put me back,
He was talking to that girl.
I just, my eye snapped open, and I was laying on my back on my mom's driveway, and it was clear, and it was just a million stars. So imagine a movie where you just
I literally went to the
eyes
bathroom.
open, all of a sudden you're awake. But anytime they make me conscious,
Yeah.
there's no grogginess. I'm 100% fully
You're
brainly
awake.
function. I'm
Yeah.
awake.
Yeah.
Get the fuck in the Uber.
But
Do you feel like you've lost time?
well, there was lost time
Okay.
because that day that happened, I was
He
supposed to
feels
be
like he
working
has
at
to
Pizza
lie.
Hut,
Oh.
and my boss called me
I'm so
like
sorry.
2 times. Also, I always wrote how much I made in cash tips on my cork board, and I write it on the specific date. So I wrote $43. I only had $43 in my wallet.
Right.
And when I was listening to the messages, I looked and it was Friday, and I was like, on Wednesday I made 43.
Yeah, you're like, wait a second.
I was like, what happened to Thursday?
Yeah.
I was trying
And
to
then when I came into work, she's like, I have to write you up because you did a no-call, no-show last night. And I'm like, I worked
That's
last
not what
night.
happened,
I was
yeah.
like, I worked last night.
But you're thinking it last night was
Wednesday, but it was not. And then I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that's what happened in 2003 when we all got abducted in Wisconsin Dells, and I was with 4 people. My girlfriend's dad called her like 18 times, and we were gone for 4 hours. Now, the same thing happened with that one because I went out for a cigarette before my shift at Pizza Hut, and I was, may the 4th be with you, and then take me, you know, and then it was dark. And then when I woke up, I had 1 sock on, I had no keys in my pocket.
Stop it.
I looked for the key. The door wasn't open.
Right.
So I lived with my mom.
So everything was just kind of like in disarray from what you were used to.
Damn. Well, no. See, here's the thing. I was outside. I woke up. I didn't know how I got there.
Right.
And then.
Wait, when you were taken, were you outside or were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in the driveway.
Okay.
But then, so I didn't know how I got there, and it was dark, and then I tried to open the door, it was locked, and I didn't have a key, and I'm like, how could I lock the door without a key outside?
Right.
And then I was like, I had to knock on the door and wake my mom up. Well, she woke up, and then I went inside, and then I was like, I pushed past her, I was like, hey, she's like, what are you doing outside? And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I think I was smoking a cigarette. and then I was like, she's like, oh, and I was like, let me get in. So I got in and I looked at the clock on the wall. I remember looking at it, it was like 10:45. I was supposed to work like, I think 7 to 11.
Okay.
And I must have got taken at like 5:30 because I was like, I asked my mom, I was like, why did you lock me out? And she's like, well, you're, you know, and it was like this thing where she doesn't remember this. I asked her a few years ago, she doesn't remember it because I woke her up, you know. But she works at like at the time she worked at like 3 in the morning, so she would wake up at like 1 in the morning.
Right.
But it was like 10:45, and then like I said, so I was gone for 4 or 5 hours that were missing. So it's always weird.
Each time kind of 4 hours?
Roughly. So I kind of almost wonder if whatever beings are doing this, that whatever room or spacecraft or layer or wood building or wherever they take you,
right?
Maybe the time runs differently.
I was just saying, is it like 4 hours ahead or something, or like?
No, like let's say relativity.
Time would have to stop at some point, right?
Well, it would be relativity. So let's say you go to their place, and they move their time that they live in, or their relativity that is like different. It's like there. If you're there for like let's say a 20-minute checkup,
right?
That equals 4 hours.
Oh,
you know, like that's what I think. That's what I think could be possible.
Yeah.
So I think,
why would they really keep you there for that long?
Because here's the thing, the interval always seems to be about 4 hours.
About 4 hours.
And and my theory is that I'm not the only one. It's just that they're allowing me to be able to tell my story, and like, because I do feel like all of my experiences, they woke me up to experience some of what was happening, whether it was going up in high school. It was me going down. I woke up and there was wind.
Do you feel like
on me,
do you feel like they woke you up, or do you feel like you accidentally woke up? Like, do you feel like you were supposed to?
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I feel like their technology is so advanced that it just
really?
It wouldn't happen. Like, it wouldn't happen on accident.
It's not like a sedation. It's not like they just like
I feel like if they're a million years more advanced than us, like, how am I getting around and waking up?
Right.
Either that, or maybe that's why they're taking me, is because I'm like kind of like different.
Maybe like neurodivergent or something.
Like maybe they can't control it, right?
I know that I can control you to some extent, but then you're also going to come back and tell your story. Like, is that what they're hoping for, or is it like almost like a glitch in the time frequency to be like, okay, well, 20 minutes here
let's
is
go back
4 hours
let's go
there,
back
but
to
then whenever you're coming
to,
back down to Earth, then you have some sort of a glitch where you're like, oh, I remember part of this, but then also I know that I'm back on Earth, you know?
There's a guy I did comedy with in Milwaukee. We woke up in a craft together at the same time, and he looked at me, he's like, dude, he's like, where are we? And I was like, I don't know. And then I got up and I left the room, and then I don't remember anything after that. I don't know where I went, but like I remember. And then we talked a couple weeks later. He's like, I've been abducted before. And I was like, really? He's like,
you're like me and
he's
too.
like, don't you we woke up on the ship, and he said it to me, and I was like, that was real? That was real? Like, he's like, yeah.
That's
I was
gotta
like,
be such a fucking trip to have somebody confirm that.
Well, and then there was 4 people on that camping trip with 18 missed phone calls. And there's like the guy next door, the shoe I dropped.
Yes.
That shoe landed on his house while he was making his kids dinner.
Stop.
I dropped it from about 1,000 feet up. And here's the thing, he actually said to me about a week later, he brought my he's like, hey, I have a shoe that landed on my house. Is it yours? And I'm like, oh, that's the one I dropped when I was getting abducted. That's what I said to him. And he's like, yeah, he's like, you know, it didn't sound like someone just threw it at the roof.
Right, it sounded like it had some speed.
It hit like really hard.
Yeah.
So that guy's a witness. And I found my shoe in the street the next day. So, and I woke up with one sock on, and I had the flash.
I'm coming.
I had the flash of the abduction, like when I woke up with the sock on.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I had to just said that.
No, I needed to hear this. That's insane. No, I'm from Roswell, New Hampshire, so like I understand, and I am fully with all alien abductions. Like I've heard so many stories like very similar to yours. And it's
crazy.
So, I almost get offended that I have not been abducted. I feel like I get upset about it.
Maybe
like,
you will now.
What in the fuck? Like, I feel like they're like, no, you know too much. Like, you can't come up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, no, but I really want to go. Like, you can take my memory. Like, I don't care. I just want to experience. I want my body to experience it first.
Awesome.
Well, Andy, I hope you have a great night. Thank you so much for putting up with our bullshit.
Yeah, you too. Thank you,
Have a good
Ellie.
night. Be safe.
Bye.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, that chick was pretty cool. That was a nice talk.